Hello, welcome in Baltic Fire Laboratory again, Gdańsk, Poland. I have a special customer which I decide to invite because their technology always inspired me. Water-based technology is not exactly new technology, it's more than 30 years, even 40 years on the market already. But when you invent something, there is always a space to invent something better. So we was happy to make a deal and invite to our laboratory the colleagues, currently I believe now the friends from the PLUMIS company, William, Steven, and the colleagues which attend to our facility to run some full-scale fire tests according to the UL2167A part 17, which is the protection for the residential buildings. Very important part for their country, for the UK, but we will discuss a lot about the UL listed product for the US as well. So close to me, it's this beautiful nozzle, which is the first electronic water mist nozzle. And I will just activate this nozzle manually because I have not connected the system. So you can see that there is something different. Always there is something to develop to cover some areas. Luckily, the guys spent a lot of time and energy from the PLUMIS, currently the Automist product, to develop this, and they was a kind of author together with the UL solutions to perform and conduct the full-scale fire test to produce completely new UL2167A standard for the electronic nozzles, water mist nozzles, which is the first one on the market. Luckily, in Europe, we are developing the UL2167A part 21, when the William from PLUMIS is the chair of this standard. So in the Europe, hopefully within 1-2 years, there will be a mirror standard to the UL2167A for this kind of electronic nozzles, which we can find in the domestic and the residential buildings. So we are happy to work together with the William and in the team. We had a great sessions. The William is a CEO of the company. I've seen him working very hardly. You will see in our video as well. We made a great introduction with him in the interview. We discussed about the old technology, the new technology. So definitely this is a product that we are really inspired to work with, because sometimes you are not convinced of the technology if you do not test this technology. Before, when the William with the team arrived here, I was as well skeptic. I do not see this technology in the real action. When I seen these nozzles working the part 17, I start to believe. I'm definitely the water mist believer, especially in the marine market. The colleagues from the DNV know this for sure. There was a kind of word that someone just gave me to my person. So let's have a look how this system is working when I discuss this with the William. And we will inspire you with some comparison to the technology, how the old technology is developing nowadays. We are living in very dynamic times. So you will see what the William would like to say about their journey from the 2008, when they established this company in the UK, up to 2025, where we are together in the Poland with the great PLUMIS team. So let's go to see a nice comparison, and then we will go for the interview with the William. Okay, so let's do the nice comparison between the old technology, which is still great, but we are living for this moment to develop something better. So on my side, there is the great car, which is the Polish Fiat 126P, which all the Polish families was traveling like the 16 hours from the south Poland to the Baltic Sea, where we are. And this is the pure Polish car with some Italian spirit, similar like me. And what we have here, it's a nice sprinkler nozzle, which is working, pendant nozzles, which is working very similar, like all the suppression system. We are talking about the suppression system. And nowadays, these systems are widely used, and those sprinklers was invented more than 100 years ago, working very efficient. So this is a technology, old technology, which is still great. I cannot complain working with some application, but there are some new technologies which are developed, and here we are, the ultimate performance and the comparison to the automotive industry, which I'm a big fan. So this looks like this nice nozzle, supercar, super nozzle, working quite efficient for the specific application. We cannot use this nozzle for all. It's obviously, but when you have DIOM, design installation manual for such nozzle, you can just learn where those nozzles can be used. If we are marketer, no, we are the tester in the fire lab. So we would like to see and understood and believe how this technology is working. That's why investing our time. Sometimes we are giving the great offer, like for the PLUMIS, just to invite them, just to be here together and discuss. And I learn a lot from the William, from the team. I learn a lot how they detect the fire, how they set the fire, how the system for the Europe is working, how the system for the US is working, because the UL tested system has different features. It's not the same system because of the UL, which asked them to modify system for this specific market. So remember, sometimes you can drive the car, whatever car it is, from the A to the B. You are just traveling. But how you will travel from the A to the B is always different in the 30 years ago and nowadays. So I think it's a technology which we should for sure investigate. I think within next few years there will be a similar technology from the different companies with these features. Those guys are first. I'm really big fan of the innovation which is still on the safety and acceptable level. That's why we are in the Baltic Fire Laboratory, ISO 17025 laboratory, accredited for the EN 14972 Part 17 for the residential, accredited for the UL2167A, the second lab on the world after the UL solution in the US, which is accredited for this standard. That's why we are able to run for this product accredited tests for the residential protection in the US, in the Europe, and around the globe as well. So please have a look on the comparison between the car 1 and car 2 and compare the suppression technology number 1 and suppression technology number 2. Aim is the same, to suppress the fire, but how you are doing nowadays this versus how you did this 30 years ago or even 100 years ago when the sprinkler system was developed is completely different story. Do not be close for this what is invented 30 years ago. Still try to learn, because the water mist industry is running like hell now, developing a lot, but we are lucky to get access to the great customers that we can trust, that we can develop together. That's why we are just learning from them. They are learning from us. It's a win-win situation. So stay in touch with us if you would like to ask for some development tests for your system, which is not maybe yet approved. We are able and help to research something for you to invent the protocols, which after maybe the protocols recognized, and this is the way to go, just to get the approval for the system according to the standard. Because testing something according to the Annex A, famous, is definitely not the way to go. So I would like to invite you to the interview with the William and to our video from performance test from this system, which is obviously agreed with the PLUMIS. We had a nice sessions with the art as well inside of this. So definitely my best currently test in the laboratory, and you should watch it. Thank you very much. Stay in touch, and I would like to invite you to the silent hero, William Makant. Thank you. Okay, welcome, William. Nice to see you finally in the Poland.
Finally.
Please have a seat. So today we are in the next series of the Silent Hero, and I have the very good person in the water mist industry, which is changing, I believe, a lot in this industry, which is the William with his system Automist, but the company is a PLUMIS. Yeah, and I made, I think, little in the Europe life difficult for you because we are BS EN 14972 Part 17 accredited, UL2167 and even 2167A, which standard was developed specific for you, and we will discuss about the standard. So unfortunately, you had no choice to choose the lab, seems like. Could you elaborate about this?
Yes, actually, we've been trying to get our system tested in the UK or around Europe for quite a while. And not only had we heard great things about this location, but also the ability of finding some availability.
Yes.
Even if it's on a tight schedule, but have availability in quite a short notice. Yeah. So
yes,
it was great that you managed to do it, and it was a much more efficient and better experience than we've had everywhere else. Yeah, so it's amazing.
That's good. That's good that you mentioned about this short notice, because normally on the market, the feedback about the lab availability is that you must wait so long. Yes. Our business plan is a little different, that we are just collecting the customers for the specific test method, and in one row we are running like the 5-6 customers, which from our point of view is much more efficient.
Exactly.
So that's why I try to be quite close with the water mist manufacturers. We know each other, especially from the GW10 meetings, mainly organized in Berlin. So I'm still young in this industry. You are much more older, but I think on this meeting we arrive with some good ideas as well. It's sometimes not easy to change the standard, but we did something, and I'm glad that finally the 4972 Part 21, which will be the mirror to the UL2167A, finally is under preparation. Indeed. And you are the chair of this standard. So this is really great, and we are here because you are testing something here. Can you tell us more about the two systems which we are testing this week?
Yes, so we've been testing both our Hydro system, which is the system that we have in the UK, and the Ultra system, which is our UL listed system that is used and sold in the US, which is a UL listed one. And some of the tests are internal tests just to validate different ceiling heights that we couldn't do as part of our listing. And some are just tests that is actually being asked by the market for us to do, run Part 17 in our Hydro system, even though technically it's out of scope. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This is the good point, because for sure we as a laboratory, we can issue the test report with the ILAC EMERA signatures, but not in this case, because the system is out of the scope. But there is the Part 21, which is coming. So for sure it's good to do any development on the system for the part which is not exactly one-to-one to your system. Yeah. So you mentioned about the two systems, the Hydra system for the Europe and the Ultra system for the US. So what are the main differences in those systems, despite the price, of course?
Yeah. So you saw that you look at the spray heads from the outside and they look practically the same. You can get confused, yeah? But the main difference between them is actually on the sensing and the algorithm that finds the fire. Yeah. So the Ultra is much more advanced. It uses machine learning to identify where the fire is, so it can find the fire much quicker. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, as you were also able to see, that if it sees that the fire is moved, the center of the fire location's moved, it will retarget and shoot at where that fire is. So the UL system is much more evolved, and it also discharges a bit more water. So Hydra is 5.5 liters a minute, more or less. Yep. The Ultra system is 9 liters a minute. And this is all to meet UL requirements. We didn't want to change anything in the system, but there were so many requirements placed onto us by UL that we had to change all these things to meet their requirements, including the pump as a result.
It was really interesting during this week, 5 days, to see the system, both system in the actions. because we ran close to the 15 fire tests approximately. So I really understood why my colleagues from the UL Solutions from the Chicago just changed the system. And to big respect to the UL2167, which especially after today a bonus test, we've seen that this is a kind of Bible for the water mist system. And that's why the UL certified system are opening the market for such innovative solution, because it's not that you just pop up 2 years ago. You are a co-founder of the company, which was set in the 2008.
Yeah.
And then you get approval for the UL in 24.
Yes, end of last year.
Okay, so it's a lot of year.
Yeah, and actually we received a visit in 2010 in Imperial College, where we were in the university, in the incubator still,
Okay.
by UL. So this was the head of the building division of UL.
Yeah.
And he visited our university and said, you have to have this UL listed. And we asked, what is UL?
Yes.
And he was in shock. How do you not know UL? And of course, now we know UL very well. Yeah, because I gave my right kidney to UL to get our UL listing. But as I joked to them, we gave our kidney, but I'm their #1 fans, yeah, because they created this protocol for us. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. And 2167, when we tried to be accredited for this standard, it was a massive work. Papers to justify that we have all the instrumentation, staff, team. It was 1,000 euros that we invest just to be accredited, which is behind all this price for the offers, which we are just sending to you. And this time when you spend in the UL lab in the Chicago, can you elaborate about approximately the time and the investment from your side? And so, sorry before, because I was in this lab. I have the cooperation from the February with the UL solution as well, and I seen that for me the market explode when we are with such a reliable partner. So for the respect to them, I get a very nice gift from them. So I will do some marketing. Unfortunately, on the market, I hear as well that we are doing some bad marketing, but just our customers are telling about us as a new fire testers that we are just working hard, faster, sometimes cheaper. So we are out from the fire testing business like the 7 years ago. So I think you've seen this week that there was something different, like in the different labs. So if you can just add a few words about the facility here, Baltic Fire Laboratory in the Poland, and the UL journey in the Chicago, how it looks.
So I'll say that the #1 thing that I see of similar between UL and here is the scientific approach. Like even debate that we had in part 17 about the foams to be used.
Yeah.
You guys know all the details. It's the exact same experience that I had in UL. It's like knowing the principle of operation, the physics behind it, and saying this works like this is what you expect, and this is what the failure mode could be, or this is what the impact could be. So this is like amazingly the same, yeah? The scientific approach.
Thank you very much.
The timing is like is the opposite, right? Because everything takes, there is a scientific approach, but there's a measured scientific approach in UL, and here you just go for it, yeah? So it's a high speed, high intensity. I think we're all back, when we get back home, we're all gonna sleep like 15 hours to recover of this week, because it was so intense, yeah? You guys go at the speed that you're always asking, are you ready? Or like, oh, give me 5 more minutes, yeah? Because you guys go get everything ready very quickly.
And I would like to add that still we are in the protocol with all the material which is loaded, because we have the huge fans, we can extract the smoke, because there is the question that the people are telling us how it's possible to run 3-4 tests per day. We have the 3 different enclosures, so we are not running in the one enclosure only. Then the material is prepared in our magazine. We invest like today bonus test. You didn't expect that we have the fuel load for the corridor, but we had, because we are running the test for the corridor very soon. So it was a huge investment in the time. It takes for me like the 3 years to develop all this commodity with the ISO 17025 cone calorimetric test report. And now it's much easier, but it was not easy to arrive to this moment. Luckily, we are able to gain now the customers that we trust them. We would like to work with them, because when they are growing, we are growing as well. So it's this part. It's my part how I see the work according to the standards.
Yeah. So our experience at UL was that we were only accepted to start the process of listing with them, which actually was started as a research project, because at any point they could say this is not going to be UL listed, right? This is not a commitment for getting it listed. So it was more of a getting to know the system over time so that it would be able to decide whether it could be listed or not. But it only started in 2017. We had our first official meeting with UL to kick off the project.
Yes.
And just the meeting itself cost us £10,000. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was when they got for the first time the three heads of divisions of the sprinkler side, the suppression side, the detection side, and the electronics alarm panel side, because it was the first time that some crazy manufacturer was trying to merge them all into one single system, right?
Yeah.
And usually the whole industry is all siloed, right? The detector people never talk to the suppression people, they never talk even to the panel people. It's completely different world to them, yeah? So having the three of them in a room, you know, they're top engineers for this exercise, and for them to debate between them, which in itself was an amazing meeting, because we had these three super experienced guys that they were working in the same building, but they probably never met, and they were debating the system. So
from this perspective and the point where we are, it was worth for sure. You meet for sure very famous people. I wish that within a few years we will have the same prices like the UL, but maybe we will be still not such famous because it's a very long journey. So it was great for this introduction, but the main actor is on our wall, which is the Ultra system for the US, UL certified system according to the 2167A, which was extremely difficult for us to get accreditation because of the SOFA test, because all these oil pans and so on. But we spent with the Magdalena a lot of time just to prepare, and it happened. So beautiful logo, the new logo seems like, with some new things. And then there is an experiment, the nice art with the signatures from all involved in this fire test, the guys from Automist company. So thank you very much for this gift. It was great to make this experience with the pictures, which Yusuf, to be honest, just asked. We like to be involved in this kind of not standard approach like your system is. So in addition, we are in the enclosure 5.5 meter high, 8 meter long, 4 meter wide. And then we have the next actor behind me, which is this Bambi car. And in the UK, obviously, in the residential buildings, you cannot just park the car. But in the Poland, do not yet there are any standards for the residential protection which require the suppression system. So, of course, this is just example about the technology. So how you seen this technology with the, for example, new cars, comparing your system to the sprinkler system, for example?
Yeah. So I have to say this is a beautiful car. It's a classic, a true classic, just like my beautiful classic back home, the Mini. But and it is in part a classic because it was a unique design and a groundbreaker at the time. Yeah, it was innovative at the time.
Yes.
And it lasted the concept lasted for a very long time. Yeah. So, but it is something that has evolved also over time. So today, you compare it to like an M3 and it's the ultimate level. Some would say it's very complex, right?
Yes.
This is so simple, works nicely, but sometimes it doesn't work, yeah?
Yep.
It's not as safe, not as efficient, not as fast, but it's still a nice car. It has all of this has evolved over the years.
Yep.
What we're trying to do with the system is exactly the same thing, is adding all this, the smartness that the electronics and the software can give to a car.
Yeah.
And it's still complex, but it has its advantages in its complexity, right? So you saw that the key thing, one of the most amusing things was us trying to do smaller and smaller fittings into your measurement devices until you could get to the very small diameters that we use, because we use such a low flow, right?
Exactly.
Which is not what the industry is used to, right?
But we are prepared with our guys to adopt any system within a few minutes, because we have the welders, we have the guys, so we just go forward. So it was a good comparison with this car, definitely. And then we are on the end of the fire tests. You get some good results for the 2.5 and the 3.5 meter. You was testing it at 5.5 meter. So how you would like to describe as well this system in the future UK market for the residential and domestic? Where will be located, because it's a kind of innovative system anyhow. You are selling in the UK already, but you must justify how it works. Part 17 help you somehow, but the test report, of course, will be not exactly with the ILA camera agreements. Will be the just test report from the laboratory ISO 7025. So how you are feel with the Hydra system after the test here, where you would like to install more door system, in what kind of flats or whatever? Can you describe where is your market?
Yeah, so our main market has always been in the UK has been the loft conversion, which is when you add another floor to usually to a house, to a single family house.
Yes.
And when you do that, you have to put the suppression system only on the ground floor.
Yes.
Which is something that doesn't exist in the rest of the world either.
Understood.
And our system works very nicely because you don't have to add additional water storage.
Yes.
It's a very low flow. You can put a very small pump hidden somewhere, and it saves the space. Yeah. So that's has been always our market, and it's always been a fine engineered approach for it, because it hasn't ever fitted any standards. It will soon, but it hasn't fitted any standard. So we have always collaborated with a lot of fine engineers in the UK to provide the research to demonstrate that the system will work. And in the past, it used to be research based in both realistic tests, and also in standardized tests, which was 8458.
Yeah.
And now that this has been replaced by Part 17, we're doing the same tests so that the fire engineers can rely on it as part of the data, only part of the data, not all of the data, that they use to justify it as an alternative to a sprinkler system, right?
It's massive work to explain to those people, fire engineers, all these details about the system. It's a huge effort from your side, definitely, to bring something which is not exactly in the frames, like the sprinkler system. So this is for sure on big plus for you, because finally, when you get the certified system with the UL2167A, it's much easier for you. You can take a breath, I think.
Yes. So in the near future, also with publication of Part 21, we will have a standard to which our system complies to. So we can then offer that. Yeah. Until now, there's no point in offering the Ultra system that meets that standard, because people will ask, what's the standard?
Yes.
Yeah? So we will soon get to that.
Yeah.
But we already can sell a system in the US which is listed.
Yeah.
And different to the UK, in the US you can only sell a listed system, even if it's domestic, right? In the UK, it doesn't need to be approved, the nozzle doesn't need to be approved, the system doesn't need to be approved.
Yes.
It just need to demonstrate that it complies. Yeah. So it's a much higher bar in the US, but we've now met that bar. So after many years, trying to do this, So we now meet that, and it's amazing, because in the past, the fire marshals in the US would say, oh, I love the system, but where's the UL listing? Yeah, and now we can just show the UL listing, and it's amazing.
They are looking for the UL mark on each of the fire protection item. But you made me sad, and we discussed about this in terms of the Part 21. We will meet in the Berlin soon on the meetings, and I must do everything to change something, because then you will not arrive to the lab to retest the system.
Oh, don't worry. As you saw, we always have ideas, especially when we come here, we always have ideas of what else to test,
Yeah.
So I can say that this is, even the system, this is not our end game. This is step number one,
Yes.
We've only now proved the concept, and now, because we have a, first milestone, we can just take this much further. We shared with you a lot of the ideas of how this is going to evolve.
Exactly.
Into different applications, into different and much faster detection methods. So there's plenty of testing to happen, and coming here, we learn a lot. So we learn of other test protocols of other applications, how we could be testing it. So I can see a lot more testing here still.
Despite this, you learn it on the Polish food, the good hotel, the nice city of the Gdańsk, the dinner.
Amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
So I think 2-3 kilos more after this visit.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Easy.
But it's something not kill you, make you only stronger. Just in case.
Exactly.
So that's why I saw this breakfast was so huge. So, William, it was a great pleasure to meet you here in the Poland first time, and for sure not the last time. We invest to learn those systems, so that's why the offer was so attractive for you. So we really like to understood, because then we are a kind of advocate in the industry for such application, which we think that are working. We do not want to just hear the marketing that this is something that maybe not is according to the standard. But anyhow, you have data, and the data is great. You are learning always from the failures. You've seen that the tests which are the failure, developing the most, what to change and which direction.
Exactly.
So the last question, what about the BFL team? Those are the good guys here?
Amazing.
Really?
Amazing.
Okay,
like, we're ready to come back at any moment, yeah?
Really? Even to this nice room which we pre-built like within 2 hours approximately?
Well, this is a
You like our studio?
Yes, this is an amazing, it's the only place I've ever gone that a test lab also converts into a filming studio with some beautiful conditioned foams to be used.
It was great that yesterday Yusuf arrived with this request for the art, and I was on the shopping with my wife and the daughter and the son, and my daughter looked about that, and it was really nice that we just found this
amazing,
nice art.
Perfect. It was gold, yeah.
Yes. So one surprise for you, hopefully. Okay. You know my home laboratory.
Oh my God!
So you have a big team.
This
is for your
this
Christmas
is beautiful.
party. This is for your Christmas party, and you have a strong Polish team as well. So tell them that they can enjoy this time, and it's really great to work with you and your team. Really appreciate that.
Dziękuję for the nalewka. Huh? That's the most I've learned. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Well, I also have a gift for you. You know. This is one of our UL heads, and it smells especially nice because it was in one of our tests here. Yeah.
Nice. There are some fire on it, and the signature of the William as well. Oh my God! This will worth a few millions in the few days. Again, thank you very much, William. Stay in touch.
It's been amazing.
It will be for sure not the last time where we met. Thank you very much. Watch us on the Silent Hero series for the people which are really working in the fire to bring the fire protection systems reliable and available for all, which are still innovative system, very working, similar like the sprinkler. And then we can give you some tips and ideas with who we are working and why we are working as well because of the accreditation of the lab. Thank you very much again. Stay in touch. Bye-bye.